You know what? Let's go to some news out of Kenosha. That pissed me off. Um, so here we go. Kenosha shooting suspect Kyle Rittenhouse. Suspect, my ass. He's fucking on tape shooting these people. He's been released out on bail. Wonder why this should. Well, this stupid page. Yeah, he posted $2 million bail and got released on his own recognizance. There you go. Yeah, man. He was able to post 2 million cash bail, and it was raised up for him
from
by
one
the
of
right
his
wingers.
fucking
By those right wingers that were out there starting his
Yeah.
fund. So God bless all who donated to help fight back, raise required a 2 million cash bail. Special thanks to actor Ricky Schroeder, Mike Lindell for putting us over the top. Kyle is
My
safe
pillow
thanks
guy.
to thanks to all who helped this boy. This boy, yeah. Now, you know how they really like to emphasize that when they're white.
Isn't he
don't they?
17?
Yeah, I know, but still, they really like to emphasize that when they're.
Well, I mean,
ugh.
I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. Like, I think.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about like how they really emphasize that point, right? They never emphasize that point when it comes to. Never mind. I'll get off my fucking soapbox when it comes to that shit. But yeah, Kenosha County Commissioner Lauren Keating said that.
No, I mean I know they're they're doing it racially motivated or whatever.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
PJ, it's like the solution to mass incarceration is not incarcerate more white people. It's incarcerate less people of color.
Yeah.
So like this is a unique situation because it's psycho and he's violent.
But look at this. The court considered Rittenhouse a flight risk.
Because, well, I don't think he's necessarily a flight risk, but I don't want him out stoking the chuds, getting them all fired up.
Right.
And, interested in,
and you had sent me this before too. He says that he used his stimulus money to buy the gun that he allegedly used to kill the two.
That's not even what happened. I feel like that was intentional too. That was messaging. They wanted to imply that
the stimulus money is bad, right?
Bad.
That's so
exactly.
stupid.
That's what I'm saying. They did that on purpose. Not stupid. It's smart for them.
No, but it's but it doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, so what are we saying now? Okay, you buy something. You buy something. Right. You buy something bad with your money that you get from the so that makes the stimulus bad. Doesn't make you bad for your bad decisions.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They don't want people to have
nuns in my head now.
Like they want to imply that the government can't just write checks to everybody,
right?
Because people are
but the reason
liable to do some damage.
Well, see, the reason he's considered a flight risk is because he could face a mandatory life sentence or at least significant amount of time. So it's the amount of time that's making him a flight risk. So he was Rittenhouse was afraid he would spend the rest of his life in prison after turning himself into authorities. A friend of a teenager told police in a recorded interview CNN obtained from the Freedom of Information Act. They said, the dude is sweating like a pig. He's just freaking out. His face is white. He's like, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life. I'm done. He's just scared. The friend Dominic Black is seen explaining to a detective in a video recorded on August 26th in Illinois where Rittenhouse was arrested. Black said he was trying to calm himself and Rittenhouse down, telling Rittenhouse, from what you're telling me, you were defending yourself. As far as I believe, just calm down. We're going to get you home. Just turn yourself in. All will be fine.
Yeah, this is PR blitz.
Yeah, here it comes.
They're gonna they're going to do a liberal, they're gonna George W. Bush him. This is him going on Ellen.
He's charged with possession of a dangerous weapon under the age of 18, which is a misdemeanor, apparently.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, he's charged with more. He's charged with murder 1.
Yeah. So, but I mean that part of it. I mean that part of it seems more certain, because I just don't trust the fuckery.
But he's charged with murder 1. They need to prove he didn't do that.
Yeah. So he's charged with 2 counts of intentionally giving a weapon to a person under 18. So this friend of his is also
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really sleazy the way they did that with the
Right.
messaging about the pandemic money.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the whole
that
thing,
was
obviously.
sleazy as shit. That's what they're trying to do is demonize stimulus money when
And it
people are
wasn't
going
though. That's
fucking
the other
broke.
thing. Like it wasn't even his stimulus check. It
Right.
was unemployment he got, which I guess the implication was
So it
that
wasn't. Yeah.
if it wasn't for the enhanced unemployment benefits, he wouldn't have been eligible for it. I guess was
Okay.
the
Well, it wasn't for a
implication.
pandemic. He would have had the money anyway and done the
I mean,
same
I don't think
shit.
so. That's what I'm saying. I don't think so. I think it was like a part-time job that like he had working for like the county register or something like that.
But
It
he was
was
getting supplemental unemployment, right?
no, he was like you know how they expanded unemployment, right? So that
Right.
you got like gig workers
Uh
and
huh.
wait staff, just people who wouldn't normally freelancers wouldn't normally qualify for it. I think it sounded like he had the kind of job where it was like a summer job, and
Mm-hmm.
since he had fit the qualifications of it, like he had
So you're
worked X
saying
number of hours.
because he had a summer job and he was gonna quit anyway, he still got the unemployment is what the
I
deal was?
think that's what it sounded like to me just reading it. I don't know if you want to pull that article up, but it's probably not worth it. But that's what it sounded like to me. Like he had to not,
I mean,
the kind of.
I mean, not that it doesn't really make sense to even.
I'm gonna retweet my Rittenhouse tweet just in honor of this story.
Yeah. Go,
Um,
let's see. If he had a W-2 from last year, he was eligible for something. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, if he had one job, who's to say he wasn't gonna be work? Who's to say what money people were gonna have if they were if not for the pandemic, right? I mean, that's a situation. There's a reason why we have these things in place. It's not like, and I would venture to guess that people are losing money more than they're getting extra money from having all these
Yeah.
stimulus
Oh yeah.
and unemployment
Clearly.
and social programs that are trying to alleviate any of the stress. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's
They did that on purpose. Like
right.
they like yeah. They that's the situation is people are
Mm-hmm.
they're definitely in much worse like most like a lot of people like PJ you were saying the other night like people who work at like Guitar Center and all are like having their hours severely cut
Right.
um all pretty much all across the board, but they want to focus on these rare edge cases like, oh, they're getting paid more to stay home, like they want
Or,
to frame it
like
that way,
they could have
where
just
it's like
released a
people are
story.
being,
You know,
where it's like welfare queens,
could you see them releasing a story about somebody that says I got addicted to meth because of my stimulus check?
Yeah, I mean,
Like I
yeah,
used said a person overdosed from meth because they used their stimulus money to buy a bunch of whatever it
um,
that seems like the kind of line of shit that they're trying to push right now with
yeah,
that whole gun
that's so
thing. But
evil.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to find. It's completely fucked up
yeah,
and unacceptable that they've abandoned their people, right? Like they just did not give a fuck about
mm-hmm.
anybody who's trapped at home in the worst recession in 100 years, and they can't leave, right? We're on lockdown orders a lot of
Right.
places, and like even when those are not in place, there's still other like soft and hard restrictions on the economic activity. Like
Mm-hmm.
like you can't like it's very hard to like find a new job or like find a side hustle or whatever it is with the
Yeah.
current dangers out there, especially because if you're out of work you don't have health care, right? So like you should be
So we should
taking
do.
it easy, but you're doing riskier shit because you have to like trying to find a job. It's like just such a perverse like that's why I'm very dubious about our ability to ever get this virus
Mm-hmm.
under control because there's so many economic factors pushing people to take risks with their health, right? To take
Mm-hmm.
risks like with contacting the virus because there's no support, right? Um, and then they're going to focus on like the one employee, like the handful of employees who are making more to stay home, or the ones who turned down their jobs because they were collecting unemployment or whatever. Like the handful of cases like that, or people like him, like
Yeah.
Rittenhouse. buying a gun.
Let's see,
What's this?
what did you have?
They're an active shooter today in Wisconsin.
There was.
Let's see. Multiple people injured in shooting at the Mayfair Mall in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. 7 adults and 1 teenager were injured in an accident. A white man in his 20s or 30s said to be the shooter, still on the loose. I wonder if they'll try to say it's like Antifa or something.
Yeah, no, yeah. What? How do you say that? Watuosa?